All right, let's get right into it. We're going to tackle one of the biggest challenges for anyone learning English: how to actually speak with confidence. In this explainer, we're breaking down a super practical blueprint, simple, powerful tips to get you talking, even if you feel like you're starting from zero.
This is the big one, right? The question that's probably on your mind all the time. It can feel like this huge, impossible mountain. You might know the words, you might have even studied the grammar, but saying them out loud to another person? That feels like a whole different ballgame. So, how do we fix that?
And this is the thought that stops so many of us in our tracks. That little voice in your head that says, I just need a little more vocabulary, or my grammar isn't perfect yet. We tell ourselves we'll start speaking later. Well, today, we're going to prove that voice wrong. First things first, let's just be honest about what's really happening here. It's usually not about how much English you know. It's about this wall of fear. And it's totally normal. Speaking a new language makes you feel exposed, and it's important to understand why it feels so scary. Do any of these sound familiar? I bet they do. Worrying that your accent sounds weird, being terrified of making a simple grammar mistake, or just the general fear of saying something totally wrong. These are the bricks that build that wall of fear. And guess what? You are definitely not alone in feeling this. So here is the secret. The biggest thing holding you back, it's not in your English textbook, it's in your head. To unlock your voice, you don't actually need more words. You need a different way of thinking about the words you already have. This mindset shift is the key to everything. This right here completely flips the script. The myth we all believe is that we have to study and study and study, and then, one day, we'll magically be ready to speak. But the reality? You become ready by speaking. The goal isn't to be perfect. The goal is just to be understood. And this is such a great example. If you say, he go to school, is the grammar perfect? Nope. But is the message 100% clear? You bet it is. The person you're talking to knows exactly what you mean. When you let go of perfection and focus on just communicating, you give yourself the freedom to actually start. Okay, so now that our heads are in the right place, let's build your toolkit. These are simple, incredibly effective habits you can start doing like today. No need to feel overwhelmed. These are designed for big results with just a little bit of effort. You want to know a huge secret to sounding more natural? Really fast. Stop just memorizing single words like go or store. Instead, learn full phrases. Things like, I need to go to the store, or can I ask you something? These phrases are like pre-built sentences you can grab and use right away. It's so much easier. And here's how you make it a real habit. Forget trying to study for hours once a week. It's all about consistency. Just try this. 5 minutes of speaking, 5 minutes of listening, and 5 minutes of repeating phrases every single day. That little bit of daily practice is way more powerful than you think. All right, you've got the daily habit down. Ready for the next level? Now we can add in some really powerful techniques that are designed to supercharge your progress and help you sound much more fluent, much faster. The first technique is called shadowing, and trust me, it's a total game changer. It sounds simple. You listen to a native speaker and you repeat what they say. But here's the trick. You do it at the exact same time. You're trying to be their shadow, mimicking their speed, their rhythm, everything. So why does this work so well? Because it's like a workout for your mouth and your ears. You're not just learning words, you're learning the music of English. The rhythm, the flow. It's stuff you can't get from a book. It's one of the fastest ways to improve your pronunciation and just feel more comfortable making the sounds. Now, let's talk about that classic excuse, but I don't have anyone to practice with. Well, I've got good news. You don't need anyone else. Seriously, you can build so much fluency just by talking to yourself. Narrate what you're doing, talk about your day, describe the room you're in. It all counts as practice. And if you want to take that solo practice up a notch, record yourself on your phone. I know, it feels a little weird at first to listen to your own voice, but this analogy is perfect. It's like being an athlete watching a replay. You can hear exactly where you hesitated or which words you stumbled on. It's an amazing way to coach yourself. This brings us to our final and maybe most important idea. We have to talk about mistakes. We need to completely change how we think about them. Instead of something to be afraid of, we need to see them for what they really are, your best teachers. Just think about it. A mistake isn't a failure, it's information. It's a big, bright sign pointing you toward exactly what you need to learn next.
Every single time you make an error and someone corrects you or you correct yourself, you've just taken a concrete step forward. You're not broken. You're learning.
And this really says it all, doesn't it? The goal isn't to be perfect. The goal is to communicate. Having the courage to try, to say something, to make a mistake, and then learn from it, that is so much more important than waiting for some magical day when you think you'll be perfect. So let's boil it all down. The path to real speaking confidence isn't some big secret. It's about taking small, easy steps. It's about practicing every single day, even if it's just for 5 minutes. And more than anything, it's about finding that little bit of courage to just open your mouth and speak, even when you know it won't be perfect.
So here's my challenge for you. Don't just watch this and forget about it. Let's make it real. Right now, what is one single phrase? Maybe, can I ask you something? Or, I don't understand. What's one phrase you're going to practice saying out loud today? That's it. That's where it starts.